It's official, we have our new Storm in the MCU. Maya Boyd has been cast as Storm, and I think she's absolutely perfect. However, I do understand the debate somewhat among people who preferred a darker skin casting for Storm. I see both sides of the argument. Firstly, as someone who most of my fan casts for Storm were darker skinned women than Maya, who is a dark skinned woman. I don't know why people are trying to say she's not dark skinned. She very much is dark skinned. However, people were looking for someone darker than Maya in complexion to cast Storm. And I kind of understand that. And the reason for that is it's very important that dark and darker skinned women have representation in media. The representation for women who are Black is already lacking, and those who are dark skinned and even darker is, of course, lacking even more. However, the one thing about this debate that I cannot stand is the revisionist history that Storm has never been a dark skinned woman. So, when Storm was first created, Storm was created to be a tall, dark skinned woman. This has nothing to do per se with her being the daughter of an African princess, as we all know that her mother was African, but her father was from the States. Dark skinned Black women exist everywhere on the globe. There are many American Black women who are dark and darker skinned, as we can tell by some of the fan castings that people have had for Storm. They're not all African women. Many of them are American women born and raised by African American parents. A lot of people are trying to say that Storm was never a darker skinned woman, and that is only in recent years that she became dark skinned. However, that is just false. Storm's first appearance, she was created to be a darker skinned woman, and she was drawn that way. Even in the concept art, which was taken as Storm, but from two other characters, and then became Storm, you see that Storm was meant to be a darker skinned woman. And also, her first appearance, she was a darker skinned woman. However, due to printing at the time and how printing affected dark skin tone, she looked very inconsistent in different printings. She was, however, meant to be a darker skinned woman. And even as we go back to older, we see that she is, on occasion, much darker skinned, and whereas other times she's lighter or brown skin, or sometimes even borderline white, due to artist renditions, printing, and colorism. So the thought that Storm was never a darker skinned woman is actually very incorrect, which is why a lot of people fan casted her as being darker skinned and even darker skinned than Maya. However, I believe Maya is a perfect casting at this point, and I'm glad that we at least got a dark skinned actress. I think she's great. And as a theater kid, I love that theater kids are winning right now. So those are my thoughts on the Storm casting. Is the only thing I'm going to be saying about it, because I honestly think the debate is ridiculous. I think everybody is winning. So at the end of the day, remember, I interview Black women who work in comics, and you can catch those interviews on Fridays with my co-host. You can also catch plenty of other videos here, maybe, that I do on a sometimes weekly basis. So if you enjoyed, hit that like, hit that hype, and leave a comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.